Hi everyone, my name is Andrew Delernia and I will be your instructor this semester for Math 273 Statistical Models. So to start, welcome. This will be a bit of a different semester in that we'll be remote learning throughout this course, but I will do my best to make this environment as similar as possible to an in-person course to maintain that sense of normalcy and provide as much of a quality education as possible. So to start, I'll just give a brief introduction of myself. So again, my name's Andrew Delernia. I'm actually currently a fifth-year PhD student at the University of Minnesota. So I'm a student just like you guys right now as well. And I'm studying biostatistics. You can just call me Andrew. You don't need to call me doctor or professor or anything. I don't even have my doctorate yet. So, but yeah, so biostatistics is nearly the same as statistics, but it's sort of with a focus on analyzing medical or biomedical data. So in short, it's sort of like the math side of medical research is what I like to say. So I'm originally from Michigan, actually, a small town called Potterville, which has roughly 3,000 people. And I went to undergrad at Grand Valley State University, GVSU, which is also in Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan. And there I studied mathematics and statistics. So that was 5 years ago now I graduated. I also ran cross country and track and field for Grand Valley while in undergrad and continue to run just for fun now. So outside of school, I still enjoy running, watching football and basketball, and also playing with my cat Lay and spending time with my fiance Lauren, who's also a grad student at the University of Minnesota. We actually met in Michigan though, and then moved out here to Minnesota together, which was of course very nice. So here's a picture of our cat Lay. We adopted about 3 years ago now from PetSmart, and she's about 9 years old. She's very sweet and very helpful on rough days in school, so she's great to have. And she likes paper bags, as you can tell from the photo here. So. And here's a picture of me and my fiance Lauren. So again, she's also a grad student here at Minnesota, and she's studying what's called quantitative psychology, which is sort of like a bridge between statistics and the field of psychology. And here we're on a riverboat cruise on the Mississippi River, which I'd recommend if you ever have the chance. It's kind of cool. They take you up and down the river, and you can see we got close to the Stone Arch Bridge, which is in the background here. It was fun. Although, of course, post-pandemic. So for this course, to start, usually I have ask you guys to go around and introduce yourselves, your name and your major and such, but it's not quite working the same. So instead, what we'll do is I'd like you to fill out this Google survey, which I link here in the slides, and the slides are posted on the Moodle page under Welcome Week. So I'd like you to fill out this Google survey, please, by this Friday, September 4th. Just to give me some idea of your guys' backgrounds, your majors, previous coursework, what you're familiar with, and what you'd like to learn in this course, importantly. I have some flexibility at the end to tailor some material that we might cover, so learning what you guys would like to learn would be helpful. So again, to access this, just use this link here, which is embedded in this slide. So the slides are on Moodle. Oh, sorry about that little interruption. I'm using software that capped it at 5 minutes for the video recording, but it's fixed now. So in this course, we will learn how to conduct exploratory data analysis in preparation for predictive modeling. So how to prepare our data and visualize it and get familiar with it prior to analyzing it, how to effectively summarize and and create plots or visualize our data sets using the programming language R, and also how to fit, understand, and interpret statistical models that are commonly used with R. So all of these are vital skills for careers as a data analyst or a data scientist, or even just any field where you're working with data. This will be very useful skills to have. So George Box, who is a professor in statistics at UW-Madison, Wisconsin-Madison, said, essentially all models are wrong, but some are useful. And what he was getting at here is that we use these statistical models to simplified representation of reality. So none of them are exactly true 100% in how they're framing these relationships in the real world, but they're approximations or simplifications that can be useful for us to move forward and make decisions on things. So talking about a bit about the R programming language, it was created in 1993, which was the year I was born, so it's the same age as me, and it has steadily increased in popularity over time. So other languages such as SAS and SPSS have been around a lot longer than R, but R has quickly caught on due to it being free, but still a very powerful and useful language. So there's other statistical software such as SAS, which is commonly used for analyzing biomedical data or business data. Stata, which is commonly used by economics people. MATLAB, which is more commonly employed by those in the engineering fields. SPSS, I know, is commonly used by psychologists, people in the field of psychology and possibly other fields. And then Microsoft Excel is widely used across a variety of fields due to its simplicity, although R offers a lot more tools for visualization, reproducibility, many things above and beyond just using Excel, which is why, even though it's difficult, potentially more difficult to learn than Excel, it's worth it in the end. So R is not the only free programming language you can use for statistics. There's other ones such as Python, which is very hot these days in the field of data science, as they say. R and Python are probably the two most sought after skills or programming languages to know if you want to go into data science or be a data analyst. Julia is a very new one that's, from my understanding, very similar to R, but not very widely used at all yet. And there's other more general purpose coding languages such as Java and C++, although these are not geared towards statistics and statistical modeling. So R offers a lot of built-in things that make it a little bit easier. Additionally, R has really good online documentation for helping you figure out how to do things. And it's also quite popular in academia, so people like to use it because it's easy to share code among other researchers, so you can implement and test out each other's methods and stuff. So learning a new programming language is always quite difficult, especially when it's your first one. So it will take a lot of extra patience with yourself and perseverance, but I will be here to help guide you and help along the way. So it's always one of the most difficult things. I remember the most difficult course for me in undergrad was learning my first programming language, which was Java. But in the end, it's a very useful skill. It will help you learn other languages much more easily the next time after you learn one, even if they're very different. And it's obviously very sought after in industry for jobs. So having knowledge of R on your resume can help immensely in landing a good job as a data analyst or data scientist. So throughout this course, I'll provide examples of R code for nearly everything you'll need to do to complete the homework. So you'll just have to switch the data set or variable name in the R code, but I will give you definitely the framework and show you how to do everything you need to do in your homework, just typically with a different data set. So you won't have to know how to write R code ever from memory at any point in this course, like for an exam or anything like that. It'll just be on homeworks and R activities. And remember, as we're trying to work through R, I'll always be here to help you, but A very quick option as well is Google. So Google is very helpful. It's our friend. There's lots of good, like I said, online documentation for R code about how to do things and troubleshoot. So this semester is going to present some unique challenges in terms of remote learning. So I'm going to talk about the structure of the class and how that's going to work a little bit. So I'm just going to walk through the syllabus here with you guys. And this is posted on Moodle. So I'm going to end this video and start a new one where we're just walking through the syllabus together. So it might be helpful for you to download the syllabus and look at it as we do that together.